Peter, how many potential marketplaces do you think there are out there that we could potentially serve?
Again, what day of the week is it, right? No, and again, it depends. U.S. I believe if we look at the U.S., you're talking about close to 1,500 marketplaces at the moment. But if you go internationally, that doubles by each country. Some countries have more fragmented marketplaces than others, but it's a common trait that these marketplaces, because of the disparate nature of the marketplaces and the transport industry in general, the data that's available to everybody to get a strategic view of the marketplace is actually very poor. And that's why you're seeing governments step in. Governments, you see ships lying offshore off Los Angeles, and everybody turns to the government and goes, how did this happen? And what are you going to do to fix this? And they go, what do you mean? What? This is nothing to do with us. We're not the captain of these ships. We don't book these. So what they look at, we need data, right?
Yep.
That's what's causing this problem to occur. And the more you look internationally, the more. So the government stepped in. And this is a general trend, by the way, that governments are the best at implementing digital transformation because it's actually very cost effective for them. So they're requiring that industry provides better quality data to governments, because if industry won't work together, they will make you work together. I mean, look at the flights, right? All the airlines that take off, all that data is publicly available, right? So that you can try to coordinate and shift and decide. Sometimes I'm at an airport, I get warned before the gate agent knows that the plane's not going to go anywhere, right? Why is that? Because that data is now it's standardized in a way that we can all use it. We don't take advantage. Yet we have different applications, and that's one of the great benefits of standards is that we create data is essentially technology agnostic. We're not looking at the technology, we're looking at the data itself. And if we standardize that data and we manage in a way that it makes sense, then we basically have great advantage out of it. A lot of the systems you see today that work well is when you see the data is actually being used across many different platforms. So this is a really good example of the implementation of data to solve a very urgent and real problem. These marketplaces have to work together. And they have to work together, yet they need to maintain their own independence. And they're what we call a federated ecosystem, that they are federated to the point that they actually are able to communicate seamlessly with each other, yet they cannot take each other's business because they don't have insight to all the detailed information that each marketplace has. It's a very good application of it, and we're looking forward to it. And as I said, when I was asked about by investors, where we see industry moving, I said the thing that's going to change the most and most quickly is going to be the transport industry. Why? Because we're now starting to see through systems like DFMZ a better communication on the data layer, so we understand what the problems are and the challenges, the shortages and the surpluses, where they're occurring in the system. So I hope we'll see less traffic on the road, maybe, and most certainly lower prices, which could be a consequence of that because we have a better visibility of supply and demand. And a lot of the issues we deal with data is the demand signaling. Do we actually have the good signals on demand of what's really happening in the marketplace? And these phantom loads are just noise in the background, and they cause a lot of damage to a lot of organizations. How can you be efficient when you don't know what's real? So yes, I think this is a very good transformation. We're going to see this applied in lots of different applications. But as far as marketplaces, again, I would say probably closer to 1,500 at the moment in the US, but I believe that could change overnight.